they told me that amongst other things, that my sexuality could be affected. And coming from a woman that I didn't know was a shock, because we don't just talk to women that we don't know about sexuality. I went home and I told my wife, and she gave some smart remark. But afterwards she was very concerned, you know, in the interest of both parties, because sex is, as we all know, a two-way street. And she said, well, we'll manage it.
With testicular cancer, I was wanting to kind of be upfront and deal with exactly what had happened. You know, you suddenly go from a guy with 2 nuts to a guy with 1 nut. You know, you make a lot of jokes about it and stuff. But my girlfriend at the time found it very difficult to, you know, deal with that physical reality, and I think that there was a disconnect in the way we both approached that. You know, looking back on it, I think we probably didn't recognise that aspect of it, the importance of it. You know, like probably should have talked about it a bit more and you know, really recognised that as an issue, because, you know, once you've got an issue in that part of your life, then it, you know, it flows onto everything else.
I was told that I may not be able to have an erection, to have sex the normal way, but there were lots of other things available to possibly overcome that. Many of those things didn't seem all that attractive to me. I gave it a rest, and I was able to have sex without any aids, injections, etc. Now, 14 years later, I am still able to have sex. I have a willing partner, and it doesn't seem to be a problem.
Cancer treatment can cause changes to your body, and it's possible your feelings about your body are different from before treatment. After cancer treatment, many people report a decreased interest in sex, but still feel a need for intimacy with loved ones. Having close relationships is important. If you have a partner, it's valuable to discuss with them the effects of treatment on sexuality and intimacy in your relationship. People who are single face different challenges, such as worrying about what or when to tell a new partner about one's medical history. It can be difficult to talk about body changes like scars or hair loss. There is no right or wrong way to do this.
I have a very caring partner, and if I'm tired, I'm tired. We'll have a cuddle, which is important to both of us. With my surgery, there's a noticeable difference. I no longer have one nipple because they had to remove it. There is a scar, but my husband doesn't make me feel as though he has a problem with it. So I really can't see myself having surgery to correct it at this point.
It's part of being a woman, your breasts, isn't it? And part of your intimacy with your husband. And I was very concerned about that, like how that would affect my intimacy and everything else, and how it would affect my body image. And I think you have to learn to love yourself.
I was very, very open with my partners after going through the treatment and coming out the other side, and felt that it was something that if we were to forge some sort of relationship, they needed to know about.
I must admit, sex wasn't a major consideration then, but it was very important to still have that contact. Yes, cuddles, very important, not just with your husband, of course, but also with the children and anybody actually that you're dealing with, friends and family. So, but over time, yeah, look, to me, you pretty much return back to normal.
I was involved in a relationship with someone, and sadly that ended when I relapsed with the cancer. Now at the time that rocked my confidence. Early on in my next relationship, it was certainly a fear factor, and I thought that I had to be upfront and transparent with my partner that this is where I've come from, this is the condition I've had, and basically caveat emptor, let the buyer beware. I think over time the cancer becomes less and less of an issue. You lead an everyday lifestyle and you find people who accept that.